How's it going, bro?
Hey, what's up?
What's going
How
on?
you doing?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Good to sit with you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
What is it? Above the Clouds?
Yeah, above the
Keep
clouds.
my head above the clouds. That song.
Life would be fair if we all cared
I love
about
it. It's
each
real
other. But there's brothers
inspirational.
killing brothers
You know,
and kids running from their mothers.
I was
Young
listening
girls
to the
falling for
words
these
and,
suckers that's
you know,
trying
bar
to
after
quit no
bar,
rubber.
you just
They
hitting
only
them
say
with
they
facts,
love you
you know.
cause you their child's mother.
Definitely
This generation all
great
sucked
song.
into these
What
figures
inspired
that's
you
really
to write
fiction.
that
They
song?
never really see the big picture. They getting ripped from the
I was at a
system.
time in my life where like, how do I explain it? It's basically because like growing up, like I think later on in high school, I experienced depression at a point in my life, and one of the only ways that I dealt with it was through writing music.
Gotcha.
And I think my mother passing away was one of the things that had to do with it, and I didn't even realize like what happened to my mother, what she was going through while she was here, until after she passed away. So that was one of the inspirations.
Yeah.
I wanted to just to keep it positive, and that's one thing that I remind myself is to just keep my head above the clouds. Keep moving forward, stay positive, keep your head up. And there's even times where I may even be going through things internally, like with depression and whatnot, and I have to make this music to remind myself, like, stay positive, keep that smile on your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that whole song was basically just how I felt about, ongoing issues, regular issues, with the youth and with just what's going on in New Britain. And I've also, relayed other stories of other people who've gone through things. So it's pretty much a combination of everything. I wanted to incorporate hip hop, R&B, and spoken word all in one. And I think this was the best song that did it.
And I got that feeling. That's the feeling I got. I heard the music, I heard the melody, I heard the rapping, I heard it all, mixed up. Good, great piece of work though.
Yeah, and I also did a music video for it. It's on YouTube.
Oh, you did?
Right now. And I shot it at Walnut Hill, which is like right around the corner from where I live at.
Okay.
And I also shot it at New Britain High, where I graduated from. So you see in the background scenes of the park, scenes in New Britain High.
Nice.
Really cool.
Definitely something to go look at.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to get a little bit into your artist name. I see you go by a few different names. You want to explain that?
Yeah. I started out with Key Sig, the poet. Key Sig is short for key signature. I actually learned that my senior year of high school. I took a piano class just for the credit basically, but I've been playing the piano since I was like in kindergarten, so it was a pretty easy class for me. Like I ended up passing the class within like the month and a half. Like, I already took the final exam, was already done, but I looked more deeper into music and composition and stuff like that, and I noticed that the key signature is pretty much the thing that everybody has to be on point, whether it's the drums, whether it's the guitars, the pianos, whatever. Everything has to be in the same key in order for everybody to stay on point. So at that time was when I really started to open up with my music. People really only know me as an athlete and playing football, wrestling, basketball, stuff like that. My senior year was when I auditioned for the school play, spent more time in the music suite. I would even skip class just to go in the auditorium, play the piano, come up with my own melodies. So that's how I came up with Key Sig.
Got you.
The poet came about like the first year I was in college. Chief the poet, he goes by Mr. Peterson. Shouts out to Mr. Peterson. He was a huge inspiration to me.
Nice.
So I started writing spoken word poetry at that time, and I was writing poetry before I even started posting my music. So I was getting a lot of good feedback. I got nominated for like an international competition for the World Poetry Movement for one of the pieces I wrote. So that's how I came up with Key Sig the poet. Now I changed my name to Low Key because when I first started performing, I felt like people had a hard time saying my name. Like people
couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah, they couldn't say it right. People didn't really understand it. So then I came up with Low Key because my singing voice is at a lower key. It's more of a bass clef type of key, and it's really just my personality. Like I'm really low key. I don't really speak a lot. I'm not always out there, put myself out there like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
More
there's a
laid
lot-
back, mellow.
Yeah, very
Low
laid
key.
back.
Like
very
the
mellow.
name speaks for itself.
Yes.
Low key. Nice. So let's definitely dive into just a little bit of what started you on this journey of writing music and making music.
Well, first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to my aunt, Cindy Neal. She's a very well-known name in the city. She's worked for the education system for the city for like at least 20 some odd years.
Nice.
And she's done her best job, trying to keep me out of trouble, keeping me into things that are very productive. And she had me starting off with piano lessons, me and my brother, Tony K. She had us start off piano lessons like at age 5, age 6. And from then on, it came from that to when I was in elementary school, I was in a private school right there at St. Matthew's Lutheran School where you have your basketball league.
Okay.
So it's crazy how I go there now.
Yeah.
People are playing ball there. I'm like, what? Like I used to see this building when I was 5 years old.
Yeah,
But
that's amazing.
I used to perform in chapels, like whenever there was like a church service in the school. So I played in the chapels there, and that's how I started with performing. Then probably like around age 9, which is around the time my mom passed away, that was when I first started writing. And I don't even know how it came. Like I don't even know how it came about. It just out of nowhere. I think first song I ever wrote was called Looking Real Fine. And it was dedicated to a female that I had a crush on. So I didn't know how to, I was so shy and so introverted, I didn't even know how to explain it to her. So I was like, all right, let me write this song.
Write a song about it, yeah.
And then from then on, I just been writing music since then.
Nice.
And then I started recording with my cousin, shout out the Kid Crush, at about age 12, 13. And that's where it started. Me, my cousin, my other cousin, Dmtsradio, and my brother, Tony K, we our first group was called Applied Music Group. That was from back in 2007, 08, 09. I was in that group. And then me and my brother, we moved on and we started doing our own thing. And then I don't know what happened, out of nowhere from 09, 2010, there's a whole switch up. I got myself in a little bit of trouble. I got arrested, caught a case. So I wasn't there like that, with me and my brother. So I think he started going his own way. I started going my own way. And I ended up joining a group called 3Gs, Go Get It Gang. And that's where I started rapping. Because I felt it's crazy how we're a group full of rappers and I'm the only singer.
Yeah.
So I felt let me start getting my bar game up. So I felt like my solo artistry has always been overshadowed because I was always in a group.
Yeah.
I basically just sung hooks.
Gotcha,
And that's where I started from. And it just continued from there. Later on, me and them ended up having a fallout. So I figured I gotta go back and I'm still doing this music thing regardless. So
Yeah.
I felt like now that I'm solo, I decided to open up a company with me and my brothers, Spencer,
Yep.
we all started this and it's pretty much the same. My brother, he does his own thing, he does his own style of music, has his own connections, his own studios he goes to. I have my own connections, my studios we go to. So we all just put it together collectively as one group, and then we always consult with Spencer. He's the one that's more corporate business minded when it comes to things. So he lets us know maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. We're always sharing ideas and whatnot. So I really love the space where I'm at right now with my music.
Nice. So I know you got a few projects that you put out over the past year. You have a few EPs, LPs. You want to get into that a little bit?
Yeah, the first EP I ever did was called Yesterday EP. And if you were to go back to my cousin Chris's computer, there's at least 500-600 songs in there that may never get heard ever.
Yeah.
And I had literally went in that computer and was like, wow, I got 8 or 9 songs that I did by myself. So we put that together, put into an EP. Then the signature LP came along when I was with 3Gs. And that was when people started to notice me a lot more as a solo artist as opposed to being in a group, because I did rapping on some songs, I did singing on some songs.
Got you.
And that was fun. And the last previous mixtape that I had, which is on my SoundCloud right now, the one I have right now is called Save My Dreams for Later. I came up with that name because at that time I was dealing with 2 jobs and I was just trying to get money, and music wasn't even I pretty much pushed music to the side. And I was just focused on me and work, and I was in a relationship. I literally lived out in Bristol for a little while. So I pretty much was saving my dreams for later. But after, me and her broke up and we had a fallout, and, my work situation started to get messed up, that was when I went back into music. And I came up with that project.
Bars lifted and I swear I'll never grip those again. Not as long as I'm living. I'm too young, black and gifted, and I gotta prove it. Gotta move it, cause these CT is really ain't moving. Not together like a cruise ship. They all end up in a pulpit eventually. That's what they say.
That's what they say about us. We can't make it cause we keep hating. Some are angels, some are Satans. The only thing stopping CT is CT.
How important it is to you to take your music career to the next level?
Especially now, it's very important because I was always iffy, like, should I just do it as a hobby, just do it for fun, or, focus on, the real world, or should I really take it seriously and actually put more into it? And as of lately, now that I've been doing it solo, I feel like I have to do this now.
Gotcha.
Like, I feel like no matter how many times I mess up, no matter how many fallouts I have with whoever, whatever situation, I always go back to music. And I've been recording since I was 12, 13 years old. It's been over 11 years of me recording. So I figure now has to be the time, now that I have a little momentum, I have a lot more connections. So I feel like now is the time where I have to keep pushing.
Keep pushing. Yeah. You have a message in your music that you're trying to give to the world. How important that is to you?
It's very important because the ultimate goal of my music is just to keep peace and to be peaceful. And I know there's a lot going out there in the world. I've had friends who've died. I have friends who've been shot. I have friends who've been in and out of prison. And now they're at a point where they want to turn their life around. And I'm still at that point where I want to turn my life around. So I just want to keep promoting positivity, unity, and I want people to feel good. I want people to be happy. I have a lot of comedy in my music too, so I want people to laugh and really just have a good overall time listening to me.
Yeah. What I want to ask you is, being from Connecticut, where do you see hip hop going right now as far as Connecticut artists?
It's going in a really good direction. We can only go up from here. I've seen and I've met a lot of talented people. Like, I feel like because Connecticut is such a small market, we get overlooked. But I honestly feel like any rapper, any singer, any artist from here could be just as big as any of those artists that are out there. But there's a lot more work that we have to do because we're in a small area. But shouts out to Neff, shouts out to CT, shouts out to Annoyed, shouts out to Future Allah. Like, artists like that are like people I feel like should be on a whole nother like global level. Just because of what I've seen them do and how they've come up themselves, and they're only getting better. So I love seeing people like that progress and get better. Shouts out to Chill Shump. He lived right around the corner from me, and I seen every time I came to his crib, he was just on beat, just making beats all the time.
Grinding.
And I see him now, and I'm like, wow, like you really came up, bro. Like I'm so proud of him right now.
What is the hardest part you would say about being an artist? Being a music artist is not simple. Some people think it is. Writing music, putting it together, grinding, working, taking care of a family, all that piled up in the one. What is the most important thing, and how hard it is in being an artist and juggling all of that?
Well, one of the hardest things is just like you said, is juggling it, because you got to deal with real life. You got to deal with, how am I going to pay rent? How am I going to buy clothes for this? How am I going to get from A to B? And then still have to deal with the music thing, because I also work a full-time job too. So it's like sometimes it might be draining. You really have to really be focused on music in order to really do it, because work can throw you off, relationships can throw you off, business can throw you off. So it's just a long time struggle. It's gonna take a lot of time. Time is very important. And you're gonna have to spend those overnight sessions. You're gonna have to spend, all day, all night recording, doing something every single day. Because the second that you fall off, the second you say, oh, I'm not gonna do no time, that's when it's like, dang, now I got to start all over again. You got to be able to handle, you know, certain situations, because I know, especially when you're a part of business and you learn the business aspect of it, you start seeing like, wow, like this really isn't as sweet as we thought. Like it really is going to take a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I even think of all the years that I've been doing it, and I'm just like, damn, like people still don't know who I am. so it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of networking and building, because at the end of the day, you can't do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like it'll be impossible trying to do it yourself.
Yeah. Need that team.
Yes, you definitely need a team, a strong team, and that's another thing: finding the right people.
Yeah.
Because that's going to influence your whole circle. That's going to influence how everybody views you. So yeah, it's definitely not as sweet and as easy as everybody makes it seem.
You know, because music is in your blood, right? Your parents, they was brought up on music. They were musicians as well, correct? Both parents or one?
Yeah, both of them.
Both?
Yeah.
What type of music?
Well, my father, he played the guitar. He actually, I didn't meet my father until age 9. And he played the guitar. He's also a vocalist. He taught me a few piano lessons. He actually bought my first keyboard. And I had that keyboard for like at least 10, 12 years. And I actually learned how to make beats on it. Yeah. You know, the first beat I ever made and recorded was on that keyboard. And but he was also, I think he was in a band for a certain time. You know, he traveled all around the country getting gigs. And my mother was a very amazing vocalist. And one of her favorite artists was TLC. So whenever my mom came to the crib, she sung a TLC song every single time came to the crib. So like even though I wasn't raised by neither of them, I just from being around both of them, I knew where my artistry came from. Yeah.
That's coming up, or the younger generation, or anyone that's just out there, they're trying to pursue, you know, their music career. What type of advice could you give them?
I would give, well, especially the younger people, I would tell them to try to learn the business first before you really start putting yourself out there. Because I see these young kids, they make music and then automatically it's on SoundCloud. Automatically it's here. Automatically it's here. But you want to learn the business aspect of it first.
Definitely.
Because you don't want to, you know, sign this huge deal and then, you know, it's going to be sweet and I got this big check coming, and then 4 years later after your deal, you made this much money from this company, and the next thing you know, damn, like, I only get this much for all the years put in.
Definitely learn the business.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're right, man. People sign deals just to sign them.
Yeah, just to say, I'm signed.
They sell. They get sold dreams. They buy them, and the next thing you know, they locked up in these contracts, and they don't know what's going on. So that's definitely really, really important. Is there anything else that you want people to know about you, just to put out there as far as you as a person, you know, what you stand for, your music, anything?
Yeah, well, I have an EP that's going to be released in November. It's called Dreams Come True. And like from the first track, it basically takes a turn from like my first project, Save My Dreams for Later, into Dreams Come True, where it's like I'm talking about, you know, the situation I was in before I started making music again and how I'm going to move forward. And but I really want people to come through. I am going to have an EP release party. I'm still waiting to give you more details and whatnot. And I just want people to support me. And it's been a long journey, and it's still going to be a long journey. I still got more work I got to do. So I just hope I get the love and support from my city.
Why is it so important to you to make the music you make now, the positive music with the positive message in it? Why is it important to you to make that type of music?
Well, I honestly feel like especially for the black community itself, like if you look at the music that you see, it's all about drugs and it's all about violence and it's all about trapping. And I just don't want, you know, people from, you know, other races, other cultures just automatically looking at a black face making music thinking, oh, well, he's a gangbanger. Like, he's a violent person. That's all he's going to promote. I want to bring in something a little different to the people, that we are positive people. There are good men that have my skin color, And that's what's most important. I mean, I want people to really see that.
Yeah, yeah.
And listen to it and to hear it.
Keeping my name loud. I wanna make my lost ones my God and my mama proud. Keep my love above the clouds. I can feel your soul, I can hear the sound. I keep my head above the clouds. I hear your voice above the clouds while I'm on earth going through the smoke. I hear you screaming my name loud. I wanna make my lost ones my God and my mama proud. Keep my love above the clouds. I can feel your soul, I can hear the sound. And with all that's being said, listen, I'll be making music and writing rhymes until I'm old, gone, and dead. Forever. So while I'm young and getting bread, got some good news to spread. We sick of watching this bad news shit, got us knocking heads. I made my bed, I'm lying in it. I did my crime, did my time. Keep paying debts to society while society being misled. I was 9 years old, my mama dead. No father figure in my crib. So many people in and out my life. If you cut me off, it won't hurt a bit.